a cool idea, but I wanted to do it in a way that still included the majority of my classmates. So I thought about it a lot, and in order to do that, I'd like to give a shout out to every one of you that ever asked if they could copy my homework throughout high school. I list you all by name, but you guys don't want to hear me talk that long. But really, I've been looking forward to this moment for quite a while. Growing up, I was always that kid that actually liked public speaking, so I always wanted to be valedictorian just so I could give a speech at graduation. I always pictured myself giving this awesome speech that was funny and clever and full of great life advice. You know, all the things we picture great graduation speeches being. For years, I had all these ideas about what I wanted to say and how exactly I wanted to say it. But as soon as it came time to write a real speech that I would have to say out loud to someone other than the shampoo bottles in my shower, I had nothing. It was one of the few times in my life that I really just didn't know what to say. The main idea of all my pretend speeches was always to give advice to my classmates. Some words of wisdom that would help us navigate the real world that comes after high school. But I've realized that I can't give that advice because, well, I don't know either. I'm just as scared and intimidated as all of them, and the only real reason that I'm standing up here having to try to give this advice is my GPA, not because I have it all figured out. So today, instead of giving advice to my classmates, I'd like to share with all of you some of the best advice that I've received throughout high school. The first thing I'd like to share is about choosing a career. Now, at 18 years old, it's a pretty scary thought to have to try to choose what you want to do every single day for the rest of your life. It's scary, but it's also what everyone wants to know. No joke, that's like the only question I've gotten asked at family get-togethers for about the past year. At one point, I thought about making a t-shirt for Thanksgiving that said what I wanted to major in and where I wanted to go to college so I wouldn't have to keep repeating it a billion times. When you're young, you always have an answer to this question. Whether it's a firefighter, a princess, or a rock star like I was convinced I could be when I was 8, it's always something. Even if it's a crazy, unrealistic something. Which, for those of you guys who have heard me sing, you know how unrealistic that rock star dream was. But now that people are asking for real and expect an actual answer, it's a lot harder. I was really struggling with what I wanted to do until I was given some really great advice from my math teacher, Mr. Leisure. He told me, don't try to make doing what you love your career, because chances are no one's actually going to pay you to play golf or ride horses or whatever it is you love to do. Instead, find what you're good at and make that your career. We all like to be good at things and to feel accomplished, and the things we're good at are often the things we enjoy doing most. Being good at things and being successful leads to happiness. So find a career you're good at and that you can excel at, and then you will grow to love it. The next piece of advice I'd like to share comes from my softball coaches, Steve and Joel. They gave our team the motto that hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Our team really took this motto to heart, and based on the amount of running we did every single day at practice, I think our coaches did too. But it's something that I believe to be very true and that can be applied to many aspects of life, whether it be sports, school, or a career. In life, there are always going to be people who are more talented than you. You can't control that. What you can control is making sure that no one works harder than you. So work hard in life. Set goals and then work hard to achieve them. That leads into my next piece of advice, which also has to do with setting goals for yourself. I believe in setting high goals and expectations for myself and for those around me. That's because my parents have always taught me to strive to be the best I can be and have pushed me to achieve my full potential. I'm definitely a little bit of a perfectionist, which probably makes me stress out a lot more than I need to most of the time, but I still think it's a pretty good thing. Someone much smarter than me once said that it is true that perfection is unobtainable, but if we constantly strive for perfection, the result will always be excellent. So don't be afraid to set goals and have high expectations. Aim high, and you will always end up being more, doing more, and achieving more. The final thing I would like to share with you all is a quote that I recently found. It was said by John Wooden, a former men's basketball coach at UCLA. He said, "Be more concerned with your character than with your reputation, because your character is what you truly are, while your reputation is merely what others think you are." I feel that this quote applies to our senior class very well. When we were freshmen, we were all really concerned with our reputations and with being cool. All we wanted was to be liked and to fit in. We've grown, however, from that freshman class who didn't participate in anything because it wasn't cool, to an awesome senior class who helped change the atmosphere of this school, who made it cool to participate and cool to care about others, who cared more about the kinds of people they were than just what others thought of them. Going forward, I hope that we can all take this quote to heart and will continue to grow and care more about who we are rather than just what others think of us. I hope that each of my classmates will find careers that they can excel in, will always work hard to be the best they can be, will aim for perfection, and will be good people with strong character. I am proud to be a part of the class of 2015 and a part of the SU family. Now, as many of you heard, Mr. Stebbins and I have this little competition going. And he, most of you know, is a very competitive person, and that was clear in his speech. Well, I'm also pretty competitive, so when we figured we were both giving a speech, it just naturally had to turn into a contest. So for the past couple weeks, he's been telling me that there's going to be a vote afterwards, and I think it'll be you guys who are voting. So if that's true, and you all do end up voting, I just want you to keep a couple things in mind. Now, it is true that Coach Stebbins is a great guy and gave a fantastic speech tonight. It was an honor to have you as our guest speaker, even though you did call me out. He's coached our football team to winning seasons for the past 2 years, and this year they even made it all the way to the quarterfinals, which, let me tell you, having a winning football season really sets the tone for a great senior year, so that was awesome. It's also true that he has a much more color-coordinated wardrobe than I do, about 10 times as many shoes, and maybe even better hair. But when you're voting on best speech, don't think about those things. Instead, remember who made you run the mile in freshman PE and who didn't. Think about the push-up test, the pacer test, and girls, remember having to try and do pull-ups? He might have been your coach or your teacher, but I have been your classmate and your friend. In closing, I'd like to thank all of the teachers and staff at South Umpqua High School. Thank you for guiding and teaching us, for caring about each of us, and giving us all the tools we needed to be successful. To all the friends and family of the graduates who came out tonight, thank you for being here and for your support. To my own friends and family, thank you for being here tonight and for your constant love and support. To my little sister Katie, thank you for always picking out my outfits because you don't think I have any fashion sense. And thank you for being positive and always being there for me. Mom and Dad, thank you for helping shape me into who I am today and for always supporting me and pushing me to be my best. I love you guys. And to my class of 2015, thank you for being my friends and my family. Thank you for sticking together through the good times and the bad, and for truly making high school so much fun. Congratulations, and I wish you all the very best of luck. Actually, I forgot something. It was mentioned earlier, but isn't it somebody's birthday today?